Happy holidays, everybody. Welcome to episode 11 of The Beer Chasers.
Hope everyone had a great holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus, and if you're a little too politically correct for that, Merry go f*** yourself.
Alright, with that out of the way, we're going to continue the Christmas beer theme. This time we've got 2 dark beers. Last time we had 2 light beers, so we're going to mix it up a little bit. So you ready to do this?
I am.
Let's drink some beer. Alright, up next, Highlands Cold Mountain Winter Ale.
Cold Mountain Winter Ale is a spiced winter seasonal from the Highlands Brewey out of Asheville, North Carolina. The beer features 2-row brewer's malt, Pilsner, Vienna, chocolate, wheat, caramel 40, and caramel 60. In addition to the grains, it also features Cascade and Mount Hood hops, as well as a variety of spices that vary from year to year. It has an ABV of 5.2%, an IBU of 28, Beer Advocate rates it at 90, Rate Beer rates it at 94.
Alright, so here we have the Highlands Cold Mountain Winter Ale.
Yeah, man, I love winter warmers, and this is supposed to be a really good one for $5. I hear it's one of the best ones you can get.
You have to send a shout out to Nate, the beer guy at the Castleberry ABC. He recommended this one, so we're going to give it a taste and let you know what we think.
Yeah, man, here we go. Appearance, nice dark red, man, it's like almost a ruby red. I like it a lot. It's pretty crystal clear, I can see right through it. I got a burgundy head on top. It's pretty much what your, and I still see a lot of carbonation, which is good. It's what your ideal winter warmer, I think, should look like. Dark red, almost brown. This brings it all on the table. For that, I'm going to give that a 5 out of 5. I love the way it looks. It makes me want to drink it.
All right.
And that's almost like the best part about beer sometimes.
Let's give it a sniff.
I smell some stuff. I smell a little bit of spice. I smell a little bit of malt. I don't smell any hops, which they promised there would be no hops intensity. But I read the side of that bottle, and it said there was raspberry, coriander, cinnamon, vanilla, all these flavors they promised, and I'm not really smelling a lot. I hope there's a lot more on the taste.
It smells like a slightly more fruity double. I mean, just a little bit, but yeah, not a lot there.
Yeah, it's lacking a little. I'm going to go 2.5. Just because it's like, for what they promised, I expect a lot more. And even most winter warmers, I can smell stuff up front. So it's a little lacking on those. Hopefully, they make it up in the taste.
All right, well, let's go ahead and find that out. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's weird. It's almost like it's like a double without all the sweet. It's like if you took all the sweet out of a double beer and left like everything else, it's almost like that. Like it's just kind of hoppy and.
Yeah, I'm torn on this one. It was promised, like your buddy said, for $5. Bomber, you get a bomber for $5. It's a good value winter warmer, I'd say.
For sure.
But I just want more of that flavor they promised. Yeah. I mean, I read that like literally a sentence of ingredients of extra flavorings, and it tastes like what a winter warmer should, but I expected more. So yeah. I mean, we're comparing to winter warmers. I give it a better mark, but for what they promised, I'm going to bring it down a notch for a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Like for instance, Anderson Cooper, I think has a little more flavor even. So it's not a bad beer. I just want more spice, more flavor, and stuff like that.
Okay.
But
yeah, it's definitely weak. Like I said, it's missing some malt background to it. Like there's really no maltiness to it. Like it's just kind of fruity, kind of carbonated fruit. The best way I can describe it.
Yeah, and that's why I'm going to 3 out of 5. I don't taste anything significant that stands out. For me, a winter warmer, I know exactly what that is. I can taste it right on the tongue, and this is just mellow and everything.
Yeah.
So 3 out of 5, not terrible, not bad, just middle of the road in my opinion.
All right. What about that mouthfeel?
Well, when I tasted it originally, it was kind of lacking a little bit, but let's get another taste to make sure. Yeah, it's kind of light on the tongue.
Very bland.
It almost brings down the flavor, I think, more than the flavor does, like that mouthfeel. It leaves you wanting more. I mean, for $5 for a bomber, I don't know if we can justify like that, but I just think it just needs more. And this is, I think, the problem with most Highlands beers. I've had about 5 or 6 of them. They just run middle of the road for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why, but I've never had a Highlands beer blow me out of the water.
Okay. And this is my first one, so I really don't have that comparison, but it's definitely flat. I'm not saying flat in carbonation. It's just very bland across the board. Nothing really pops out. Really, no crazy mouthfeel. Not a lot of bubbles. It's not thick and coating.
Yeah.
Very lackluster.
I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 on the mouthfeel, unfortunately. Okay. It's just that to me, with these type of beers, like the darker the beer is, the more mouthfeel I want. Like if I had a stout that was watery, I would knock it down that much more because of that same thing. I'm going with this 2 out of 5 on that.
All right. So overall, what do we think about this one?
Oh man, I'm gonna go. I guess 3 out of 5. Middle of the road. Meh. Nothing terrible. I don't know if I would buy it again, but I think that's the syndrome with Highlands I've had. I try them, don't ever buy them again.
Something if you found it on tap somewhere, you might pick it up, but you're not going to go out of your way to chase this one down.
Yeah. It's a good. I mean, it's a good. You know what you're going to get. I think with Highlands, you're like, okay.
As we typically do, and I don't try to do it like this. I'm going to give it a 6. I mean, it's really like double what your score is. It's not a terrible beer. It doesn't taste gross. It's not yucky. I'm going to finish it. You know, it's certainly good in that aspect, but even at the $5 bomber price point, it's still not worth the money to me. I'd rather get something that's got a little more flavor. If I'm going to drink beer, let's do this right. A 6, not super terrible, but nothing I would really go out and recommend. Again, if I saw it on tap somewhere and it was like this, Budweiser, Heineken, or Blue Moon, well, I'm going to go for the Cold Mountain. But other than that, not so much.
All right, well, let's hope Sam Adams can save this holiday season, man.
Let's hope so, but that was it. 6.
Merrymaker is a seasonal gingerbread stout from the Samuel Adams Brewery. The beer features Sam Adams 2-row pale malt blend, wheat, special B, Paul's roasted barley, and flaked oats. It also features East Kent Golding and Fugle hops, as well as cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, and ginger. It has an ABV of 9%, an IBU of 25. Beer Advocate rates it at 84, Rate Beer rates it at 97.
All right, finishing up the Christmas beers is the Sam Adams Merrymaker. One of your favorites, no?
It's not the holiday season until you drink Merrymaker, man. The last a year or two, it's just such a good beer. I love it. It starts the holiday season for me. So they changed the name though. So let's hope they kept with the recipe.
All right, so it's what kind of stout is it?
Gingerbread stout, made with gingerbread, nutmeg, cloves, and cinnamon.
And it's an imperial, so about 9-10%, like you said.
Yeah, man, it's gonna warm you up for the season for sure.
All right, let's get into this.
Yeah, man. Oh well, it's black. I can't see anything through it.
SRM of 200.
Yeah, man. It's even the head on top is darker than normal. It's like a brown.
Yeah,
almost.
it's very. Well, I guess we'll get into it later, but it's a lot of head for a stout.
Yeah, it's just when you're pouring it, it was crazy. It's really dark, so it's definitely in that old Rasputin category of imperial, almost Russian stout, you know.
All right. So appearance for
an imperial stout, I mean, I don't think it gets better than this, in my opinion. 5.
Okay.
Boom. My favorite though, but I give it 5.
All right.
Here we go. Snooze it.
Well, you can smell the gingerbread for
sure. Yeah, it gives up. It got a little gingerbread man on the front. I mean, it's a holiday stout.
That's nice, you know, when you actually see something on the bottle and you can actually smell it. You know, some of the ones like the one we just had, you know, nothing on that bottle do we smell in there.
Yeah.
So it's nice to come to something where it's gingerbread. Yeah, there's gingerbread.
Yeah, gingerbread's up front, tiny amount of cloves, the cinnamon somewhere in there, I'm sure, but up front it's like gingerbread, malty stoutness, and I don't know, it's great. I really love it. It's hard to rate this because I don't know if we're rating against an imperial stout or a spice stout or whatever, but I really just love the way this one smells. Like I smell it all day, and for that reason, again, I'm going to give it a 5.
All right, 2 5s.
So here we go.
Taste it up.
The important part.
Cheers.
Cheers. So good. What are you thinking?
That's good for a stout. Like,
yeah.
I don't get any of the roasted coffee flavor, which I don't like in stouts.
But you get all in my opinion, with this one, you get all the spiciness.
Yeah.
All like the flavor, like the malt from the stout, even a little bit of chocolatey. So it's like a chocolate gingerbread almost, more gingerbread than chocolate. And I mean, you get the spices, the cinnamon, even the nutmeg a little bit. I'm tasting a hint of at the end. It's just everything I want in a spiced stout.
This has the perfect amount of cinnamon. Something I know we've talked about. I don't know much on camera. I can't stand cinnamon in a beer. I homebrewed a beer that had cinnamon in it, and ever since then, when I taste cinnamon in a beer, it's just like, yuck, no. But this is like a perfect balance of cinnamon. The gingerbread is great. Again, there's not much of that roasted coffee flavor, which I don't like in stouts. Like, it's damn tasty.
Yeah, it's very little roastiness, which I'm glad they kept back on that, just because, you don't want to overpower the spice or be too much competing with each other.
Yeah, the Christmas is the star here, which is like what you want in the Christmas style beer. Like, you want that special Christmas aspect to shine, and it certainly does.
Yeah, this makes me want Christmas to come. I love it, man. I hate to say this, but I'm gonna give it another 5. This beer makes me happy to drink it. I don't know, man. So I'm gonna give it a 5. I favorite it, but it doesn't let me down any year. So.
All right. So how about the mouthfeel on this one?
Damn near perfect too, but it's it's always hard to rate the mouthfeel on stouts because I don't know. There's so many different types of stouts and stuff.
If I had to say this would be like the most lacking part of this beer is the mouthfeel. It's a little lighter than I would expect for a stout to me. So like I don't know if you want to rate this one a 5, but at least in my opinion, it's a little lacking in that aspect.
I can see that, yeah.
With all that complexity, you would expect it to kind of linger and sit around there, and it is kind of in and gone. I mean, there's definitely some flavor once you swallow, but doesn't stick around for like a terribly too long time. But
yeah, which maybe that's what they were going for, to get like a nice appealing holiday stout out to the people. Yeah, I mean it's not as light as a dry stout like Guinness, but it's nowhere near like Old Rasputin that just sticks around forever. I'm gonna give that like a 4 out of 5.
All right,
it's nice, but yeah, I would like a little more mouthfeel. Yeah. Like it's very carbonated, and maybe I think that might be it. Yeah, is how much carbonation, like you were saying earlier. Could be. So 4 out of 5. Damn near perfect stout, man.
All right, so 5, 3 5s and a 4. So overall,
4 and a 0.75.
Yeah, I mean it's damn near a perfect beer, especially considering the Christmas category.
This beer saved Christmas, I think. Compared to those like the Cold Mountain, the Omegang and the Cold Mountain, those are letting us down. Yeah. Grinch almost got away with it, but this beer saved Christmas, I want to say.
All right,
so
I will give this beer an 8.5. So again, coming from me, the non-stout fan, that should tell you something. This is probably one of the better stouts that are out there. As I mentioned, really great balance of cinnamon, not super overly roasted, so you're not going to get a lot of that coffee flavor. This, by all definitions, is a great Christmas beer. This is something you can probably share with people at the dinner table who don't enjoy beers, who may actually like this because it isn't like a beer. It actually has some really great flavors.
It's like a cookie almost.
Exactly.
It's like a nice gingerbread cookie, and for $2 more than the Highlands, I'm going to go with this instead.
All day long I'll buy this over the Cold Mountain that we just had.
So you'd buy a stout over another beer all day long. That's
100%.
Impressive.
There you go, man.
So
8.5, 4.75, Sam Adams, Merrymaker, go pick some up. Alright, so that's going to wrap up episode 11 of The Beer Chasers.
Yeah, man, that Cold Mountain was a little bit let down, but then, Sam Adams came and saved the day once again, so I was happy overall tasting beer tonight.
Yeah, it was a $5 bargain bin kind of bomber, but I'd rather spend the extra $2 and get that Sam Adams all day long.
Heck yeah, man.
So like we said, that's going to wrap it up, but check us out next time. We're going to take a little bit of time off, but I think we've got some archive footage, some stuff we filmed way back that we never got a chance to air. We're going to put together and do a little kind of special for you, maybe some bloopers. Yeah. But until then, I'm Preston, it's John, we're the Beer Chasers. We'll see you later.
Beer is good! Beer is good!